Where has our empathy gone? I was raised Christian, conservative Christian, mind you, which I no longer partake in, but the teachings of Jesus somehow still made their way into my heart. And even though I'm agnostic now, I still abide by a lot of those principles. I abide by loving my neighbor, by wanting to give to the poor. I abide by that it is harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. All these things are pretty apparent to me, and Jesus had some great, really great insight on them. And what burdens my heart so much, and I think just hurts me, is seeing how unempathetic Christians are. In fact, a lot of the Christians I know don't hold a moral belief. They don't hold to Jesus' words. They hold to whatever is going on politically, to what they actually believe. They actually don't hold on to the true Christian beliefs. And in my opinion, this makes them not true Christ followers. This makes them people who dress up in a belief, but when it comes down to the wire, they will make the wrong choice. They won't stand on morality. Jesus was an immigrant to Egypt when he was a child, and then he came back. Jesus was also born in Bethlehem, which, to my knowledge, is in modern-day Palestine. Jesus was anti-authoritarian. He was anti the establishment. He spoke against the organized church, the Pharisees, who used the church for influence and wealth and power. He spoke of peace. And when he was upset at people disregarding and dishonoring and using the temple of his father, God, for making money, he flipped tables. So he wasn't against a little bit of violence to change things, right, in that regard. But Jesus was a man of peace for the most part, and justice. Many of the Christians I know are not about peace or justice or loving their neighbor. Sadly, 80% of evangelicals voted for Donald Trump over and over again. And it's just terrifying because when you look at statistics of Christians before the big evangelical movements in the 50s, Christians actually leaned more left, which makes sense. Some of the leftist values and beliefs are about loving your neighbor. They're a lot more socialist. Is Jesus himself a socialist? Maybe not, but he sure held a lot of socialist beliefs. He sure thought about dividing wealth and giving it to the poor. He was, in my opinion, a person who cared about people. And that comes through in what Jesus spoke about. And mind you, I'm not a Christian. I do not believe in Jesus. I do not believe he is the Son of God. But I do believe in the principles he told us about. Even Confucius talks about the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. This is common sense to me. But we don't live in a world of common sense. We live in a world in which people hold on to beliefs and fears. And if people do that into a massive, number, they can hurt people. Right now, you are being lied to that your neighbor is the threat, that the person with a different color skin than you is the one to be worried about. Not the fact that the billionaires are poisoning your water, taking your land, making housing more expensive, automating your jobs away. No. It's Juan. It's, the neighbor who's from China. It's the person from Japan. It's the person from Mexico. It's the person from South America. They're the threat. No, the threat is inside the house, people. It always has been. The threat is the billionaires. It is the ruling class who has used wealth to sidestep democracy so that they can make all the decisions. When things change in this country, it only changes because the rich decide so. That's not a world I want to live in. That's not an equal world. That's not a world where there's equity or a chance at equality. That is a world in which the ruling class rules. I don't think any of us want to live on that, but they will have us be divided on that. They will have us be so angry at each other because you serve Muhammad and he serves Jesus and they serve Buddha. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is me and you are alive right now, and atrocities are being committed. Good people are dying in the name of just hate. Hate that has no justification. None. They are turning me and you against each other. Me and you, on whatever side of the aisle we're on, have way more in common with each other than that billionaire they're telling us that we can be like. You're not going to be as rich as Elon. You're not going to be as rich as Mark Cuban or any of these guys. It's highly unlikely. And your chances are getting slimmer because they are taking every ounce of our opportunity away from us. So, I don't know where you are on the spectrum of political beliefs. I don't know what you believe religiously. But what I'm asking is, what stands true in your heart? Because for me, I think at the end of the day, we all know deep down what is right. And what is right is to love your neighbor. It is to hold community close, because that is all you're going to have when you die, is the people you took care of. And you should take care of your neighbor. You should take care of your family and those who matter to you. And you should expand who you love to your community so that there is more peace. Because there is no us or them in a lot of these situations, right? Obviously, there is a little bit of an us and them with the rich and the working class. But when it comes to us, the working class, we're all the same. Doesn't matter what color our skin is. Doesn't matter at all. And at the end of the day, there's no difference between us and those who are in power when it comes down to biology and how we're born and who we are as humans. They just happen to have way more power than we do. And that is making them do really bad and evil things. And we suffer the consequences of their horrible choices. But at the end of the day, they're still human, right? But they are losing their humanity because they are so far away from the human experience, the everyday person experience, the everyday struggle. And they keep making rules and laws and sidestepping fairness and democracy to make themselves richer and more powerful. That is not a world I want to live in. I don't think any of us do. We are more alike than we are different. I don't care what hat you wear. At the end of the day, me and you, we're the working man, we're the working woman, we're the working person. And we have to unite against the threat that is the billionaire class, the ruling class, and those who want to sidestep and destroy democracy. And it's not the people on the border. It is the people within this country that want to destroy it. It is Peter Thiel, it is Elon Musk, it is these super rich, crazy people that are wanting to destroy what we all should have, which is a fair and free democracy. We can make it better, but we have to be aware of who actually is the enemy. It's those at the top. I love you all. One world, one people. Peace.